Hi everyone, this is Patty Barr. I'm the director of ICATER here at the University of Iowa College of Education, and I'm continuing our app webinars today with an app called ModMath. Here it is on my iPad. This is a free app, but it does have some in-app purchases that you can do, and you can get the ModMath Pro for $4.99, so $5 for a version that will give you a few more options than what I'm going to be able to show you today, because what I have is the free version. So we're going to go ahead and get this started. So over on this area is where you can have your settings. So they've got a nice tutorial that you can go through. They've got a help center, mailing lists, their privacy policies. This is where restore purchases, ModMath Pro, and in some advanced settings. This is where you can reverse your cursor direction so that it goes left to right instead of, let's see, it goes right to left instead of left to right. And then this one here, this plus sign is going to give you a new sheet of paper, and this is where you can see the different ones that I have open. So this first one I have open is called Untitled, but I could change the title of that to something else, and my keyboard comes up, and I can call it Patty. Let's see, I wanted this to be Find greatest common denominator. Okay, so we're just going to say that we're done with that. Before we get into finding greatest common denominators, I wanted to just show you how this works. So I'm going to go into this first page, Simplify. And when I first started looking at this, I thought, okay, well, let's look at some fractions and see if I can't. Let's get rid of this. I don't know why that's up there. Okay. I started typing this in like this. So I put a 1 in one of the boxes, and I put a 6 in the next box. And then I made a line. So the 1 and the 6, and then I made a line down here. And on this one, I made a line, and then I stretched that line over. And then I put the 80 below. But when I put the equal sign in, it came either here or here, and it just didn't right. So what I did try was this option right here. And so when you use that one, you can go into a specific square, and I'm just going to make this bigger just by doing a pinch out. So I'm going to just make it a little bigger. You can see this, the square's a little better too. And what I wanted you to do is simplify this. So 16 and 80, I know that that could be simplified by with a 4. So I'm going to go into that square and then go to this one, because it's a fraction, and then the top, it's kind of hard to see, but the top is shaded. And so I'm going to say, oh, that could be a 4, and I'm going to click down on the bottom now, and 80 divided by 4 is 20. Oh, that can be changed as well. So I could go down to, is that really 1/5? So I'm going to put an equal sign here, and again, hit this one. And the idea with this program, and click down below again, and a 5. Okay, so I've simplified that. Where's my 5? Did it come up? Okay, so I've simplified this problem. What the idea of ModMath is to have students be able to type in a problem themselves, solve that problem, and either print it or save it to email, or you send it off to email, save it as an assignment without ever picking up a pencil. So the idea is for students with dysgraphia or some difficulties with doing math and writing math and keeping track of where they are on a page, they can do this without a pencil. So they could put in the problem, they can solve the problem, they can email the problem without picking up a pencil. Some of the things over here on the side that I want to show you are over in here along this is where we would upload things. So we can email things or send a message, add it to notes, send it to more places. So some of the places that I have on my iPad, you could send it to Notability. We're going to go back and what are some of these other things? You could copy it or print it, save it to Dropbox. And then this grid piece is going to give you some different options as to what the screen looks like. So I'm just going to, so that's kind of a light gray. Here's a darker gray with white on so it's white on dark gray. Here's white on a tan on gray, red on, what is that, gray, I guess. Another kind of off-white on gray, black on gray, and orange on gray. This one actually looks like kind of the best contrast right now, so I'm going to leave it on that. And then this one, it's going to say that we need to buy the Pro in order to get this piece, which is where you can, this is the one that's going to let you put a note in. So if I had this option, I would click on that, and a little box would come up down here, and I could put a note. So a little yellow box would come up, and I could put a note. This one is so that I can, and this is going to tell me the same thing, but what that one will do is allow you to upload things. So, and including taking a picture. So you could take a picture of the problem. Your student could copy that onto the page. Who the teacher could copy that onto the page. You've got a picture of it, or you could upload from other programs. And then this one on the top, just tells you where you are on the page, kind of an orientation piece. So right now we can either be on page 1, which is where we are, or on page 2, which is empty. It doesn't have anything on it. So here's page 1, which is where we want to be. So I simplified 16 over 80. And I think I've got another one in here. I could simplify 35 over 50. I divide both of those by 7. I've got a 5 on the top and a 10 on the bottom. And that can also equal a 1 on the top. That can't be right. This is a 7 on the top. So I need to clear it. So there's a clear button down here. So this is kind of like your backspace key. And that's a 7 on the top. So that is a simplified version. You have to do the problem right. I think I've got another problem on here, and this one is a little bigger, so I'm going to pinch this down so that it's smaller again. And I wanted to multiply this, or simplify or multiply it out. So I've got 5 times 8 is, I'm going to put this square, it's 40. And I've got an x to the 10 times an x to the 4. And if I'm doing those, I have to add those together. So I want to write out x to the 14. So in order to put the x in, you'll see down here, there's a little dot in the corner of some of these. And like this one, if I get that dot, it's going to tell me that I could get, let's clear that little dot. Uh, it shows me that I've got, this can be a round parent or a square parent, and that's going to be the other side of that. This is going to be less than or equal, so it can be less than or equal. The other, this n will give you where that extra number is going to be. I can't remember what they're called, the exponent or the, I can't remember. So we want an exponent, so that's the one we want, but you have it in any of those spaces. Your period, I'm guessing that's going to be a comma or a period. And let's see what other ones have a little dot. Plus is going to be plus or minus. And then the one that we want to use for this, we want x to the 14th. We've got an a there right now as a variable, but look, we can have all kinds of variables. So I'm going to choose the x, and I'm going to go back to that one, and I'm going to put this on the n over here because I want the exponent on there. Gives me the little spot up here, and I'm going to put a 14, and then that's y to the first, it's y to the first, so that's y squared. So the next square over, pressing on, I want a y, so instead of my x, I'm going to get the little dot of y, press on the n, oops, back to y, to the n, and I'm going to put a 2. So I've got this equation is now simplified as 40x to the 14th y to the 2nd. You can see lots of different things on the keyboard. They're kind of cool. If I wanted to be done with this, I can X out of this one. So I'm going to go up here to the X out of this, and I'm going to go to my next page. If I wanted to have a brand new page, I could press the plus and have a brand new page. And you can see it's untitled and it's brand new, but I'm going to go back over to the one that I started earlier today. And this is find the greatest common denominator. So I just put in a couple numbers. And if I wanted to find the greatest common denominator between 36 and 54, make this a little bigger for you. 36 is what? 6 times 6. And a 6 is 2 times 3. So this is 2 and 3 and 2 and 3, right? So those are the factors of 36. And then for 54, 54 is what? 9 times 6. 9 is 3, and 3, and 6 is 3, and 2. So the least common denominator, we've got 2 2s and 2 3s over here. We've got 3 3s and a 2. So we've got the least common denominator is going to be 2 times 3 times 3 is going to equal 18, right? 18. So here's another one, 15 and 75. I know that 15 is, the factors of 15 are 3 and 5. The factors of 75 are going to be 3 and 5 and 5, right? Because it's 3 times 25. 25 is 5 times 5, so it's 3, 5, and 5. So this one is going to be, the least common denominator is going to be 3 times 5 equals 15. You can see that if you're just doing it side to side, it goes pretty quickly. It just jumps over, and so that speeds up the writing. So we did just a couple of things, one with fractions, one with, as you're going to go on to fractions, but you could make this as complicated as you wanted to. You've got some, so on our other one, you can put in parentheses and your variables. You've got some square root functions, and if you do this little arrow right here, you've got a few more. You can do things with dollars and percents and cents, and even this one doesn't have calculus functions, but I think on the more complicated, the one where you pay for, I think you've got a few more symbols. So again, this is ModMath. Nice little app to keep you organized, not having to write. And I like the grid in it. I like that you can change the background colors. And I like that it's free. That's the best part. And even if you get all of the bells and whistles, it's only a $5 app.